KoreyBoutique.com.
For Bobby, crusader of Dharmias, defender of Druins. For Phil and Kelly, whose work remains unknown to Hollywood, but always wins Best Picture among friends and family alike. And for Steve, whose parents don't share his particular love of music, but 6,000 other people certainly seem to. For those who want to do more, there's Rogers High-Speed Internet. Visit us online and see why only Rogers has been proven the fastest and most reliable, period.
It's Suzuki's 100th anniversary, and we're giving you lots of great reasons to celebrate. Starting with the 2009 Grand Vitara, motoring TV's SUV of the year, with a fuel-efficient 4-cylinder engine, 4-wheel drive, and loaded with standard features. Plus, built-in Suzuki Japanese quality. And right now, to celebrate, own a Grand Vitara for only $165 bi-weekly with 0 down and 0% financing for 72 months. Go to Suzuki.ca and visit your local dealer for a test drive today.
Another take?
New Revlon Double Twist Mascara. A revolutionary 2-in-1 applicator that combines a thickening brush with separating combs for massive volume and remarkable definition. New Revlon Double Twist Mascara.
It's worth a double take.
To celebrate 70 years this September, Rona is giving away 70 prizes worth more than $1 million. Every day, a trip for 2 to the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver. Every day, 70,000 Air Miles reward miles. And every day, a different product at 50% off. Don't miss this opportunity to win big. Visit Rona today. Rona, doing it right since 1939.
Upon the bitter green she walked the hills above the town, echoed to her footsteps as soft as eider down, waiting for her master to kiss away her tears, waiting through the years, bitter green.
Would you look at this salad? Is this not beautiful? It's gorgeous, this beautiful salad that we've just made with Korey Keeley, and she's got her sidekick, Emily, here with us. She's a grade 10 student at Nepean High School, studying under Korey right now. Loves to cook for her family. So obviously we just saw you put together this salad, as you mentioned. The recipe's on your website.
Yeah.
And now we're going to do another one.
Yeah, and this one is a quinoa black bean salad, and it has a ginger, garlic, honey, lime dressing, so it's really, really good. And the really important thing in this is the ginger and the garlic and the lime, the citrus. Those are citrus, garlic, ginger, turmeric. They're all really important compounds that can, from my book I read, like I'm not an expert, but it all makes sense and it's fascinating. It's cooking with foods that fight cancer. And
so you just picked this up?
I went to a talk put on by the Cancer Society, and this was Dr. Richard Beliveau was the speaker, and he was fascinating. And they actually showed, and it's in the book too, but they show a rat that they've injected with a tumor. And then they feed one rat, they're cloned rats, so they both have the same tumor put in. They feed the one rat food that we feed our kids, hot dogs, chicken fingers, like all this stuff, like processed foods, and the tumor is huge. And then they feed the other one red wine, which I loved, but only one glass is all you can have, green tea, ginger, like all the other compounds, and they talk about it, and it's shrunk. It's the same rat, same things being fed, one big, one small. So I just thought, you know what, it's true, like, our food is almost medicinal, and I don't like to think about it too much like that, but I learned a lot from reading that, and it makes me even consider just like, oh, I was going to show you this trick about garlic, which I think is fascinating. Okay. Garlic is obviously healthy, but there's compounds in it, I guess 2 different compounds, and if you're technical, I'm making this very lay term. Okay. But what you do, you know how we're told to like bang the garlic with the back of your knife, and it removes the skin? What else it does is it like lets these compounds come together and do their work, their magic in the body. So what you're supposed to do is smash your garlic, let it sit, let the compounds come together, and then add it to your food. And so you're just
Don't use it right away. Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of look at it as Wonder Twin powers activating. Right. And so even you can get your kids thinking about different like superheroes in their food.
Yeah, exactly.
It's easy.
But that's exactly what these foods are. They fight. Yeah. They really do. They give the body what it needs to fight whatever is, because there's illness all the time, but if you have the right, things to defend against it, you're in a better place.
Yeah, and it's just little tips. So we're going to make the quinoa, and if you haven't heard of quinoa, it's an ancient grain. It's high in protein. It's a complete protein. So you can just eat this on its own and get a protein serving. So what we've done is just taken 1 cup of quinoa, we're adding it to 2 cups of boiling water.
Yeah.
And then it cooks for about 12 to 15 minutes. And if there's any extra liquid, just strain it off and then let it sit, and it fluffs up to look like this. And it's really cool looking. It's got those little...
So many different things you can do with it. It absorbs any different flavor, yeah.
Yeah, it's really, it doesn't have a strong flavor. I do recommend rinsing it because the first time I made it, it had this crazy smell, and I threw it out. I thought it was bad, but then I read afterwards you have to... And apparently that's why it doesn't need any pesticides, because it does smell so bad growing that the bugs don't like it.
You have Leanne eating quinoa salad all the time. Another one that you've made, and her daughter loves it. Yeah.
Good. I love that. And so Emily's going to add our other ingredients, again, local, seasonal, just diced carrots, some red pepper, some black beans, and I cook black beans myself instead of taking them out of the can, just trying to reduce sodium. Yeah. And it's not hard. I just overnight I let them soak, and then this morning I simmer them for an hour and a half, and then that's it. And it makes tons, so you can just use them up. And,
throw them in here.
And then our pepper, and then green onion, and the dressing again is the lime juice. You can go ahead and throw that on. That's good. And then Emily's going to do the dressing. It's lime juice, honey, a little bit of vegetable oil, some ground ginger, and some garlic. Yeah. And just easy. You can have this in your fridge. It holds up really well. None of these vegetables that we've put on here break down quickly, so it can actually get better with flavor as it marinates. It's really yummy.
We were talking earlier about these tea biscuits that you made, which are also on the website. All of these recipes are on Korey's website, foodthought.com, that have turmeric in them. And I'm looking at the book here, and we were talking about some of the different properties of turmeric. And you were saying, what is it that you learned about it?
Well, I developed this recipe because when I read that, I thought it's fascinating. Turmeric is a really, really powerful compound, but it needs to be activated with oil. So if you're going to be using it, it's best to saute it with the vegetables and oil to start with, because then that activates it. And then to have it better absorbed into your body, fresh ground pepper. So I was like, oh, okay, what can I make with this? And
turmeric pepper biscuits.
I know, and I thought, well, tea biscuits everybody loves, but let's make them a little bit more nutritious. So I added milk and olive oil and turmeric and stirred that up. And then I ground up flaxseed and added it to my flour, and they're delicious, and my kids love them, and I think that if you have one of those, you're doing probably a little bit of good as well as enjoying them.
Yeah, and you go back and you do your research on some of these herbs and spices and exactly what they've been doing from ancient times until now. Yeah. They're pretty medicinal on their own right. So, I mean, we were talking about, turmeric being an anti-inflammatory, and I mean, so many good things going on in there. So
yeah, it's fascinating. So yeah, I just thought, like, more than just take some inspiration and know that when you're cooking and you're going to that extra work to chop the vegetables and add them to your diet, just know that you're doing your body and your family's body are really, really good.
There you go. Foodthought.com for the recipes. This is the book, if you want to pick it up, that Korey's into right now, Cooking with Foods That Fight Cancer. And of course, as we've been mentioning all morning, the Answer to Cancer lottery tickets are being sold. All of the proceeds, of course, going to the Ottawa Regional Cancer Foundation, staying right here in our region, helping people. And the deadline for the early bird draw is this Friday at midnight for your chance to get in to win a 2010 Lincoln. So get in there now, purchase your tickets. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Thanks, Korey. Thanks, Emily.